Have you ever wondered why some people just seem to win at life, almost effortlessly, while the rest of us feel like we're constantly struggling? Well, way back in 1960, a book came out that pretty much became the blueprint for all modern self-help. We're talking sports psychology, business coaching, you name it. Today we're diving into that classic, Maxwell Maltz's Psycho-Cybernetics, and it's all about a hidden machine inside you that's already built for success.
So our story starts with a really strange puzzle, and the guy who stumbled upon it wasn't a psychologist, but a plastic surgeon, Dr. Maxwell Maltz. See, he could give people a brand new, technically perfect face, but he quickly realized he couldn't promise them a new life to go with it, and trying to solve that mystery, well, that led to one of the biggest breakthroughs in understanding how we tick.
All right, let's get into it. Dr. Maltz started noticing this really bizarre pattern with his patients. He performed the exact same, completely successful surgery on two different people, and the results in their actual lives would be wildly, and I mean wildly different.
For some people, it was like a miracle. You had patient A, a salesman, let's say, with a bad scar. After the surgery, boom! His confidence just explodes and his career totally takes off. But then you have patient B, maybe a duchess who hated her nose. Maltz gives her a beautiful new nose, but nothing. It did absolutely nothing for her crippling shyness. On the inside, she still saw herself as the ugly duckling.
And that was the light bulb moment. Maltz realized his scalpel didn't have any magic powers. The change he was making was only skin deep. Something else, something invisible, was either letting the transformation happen or blocking it entirely. And he became obsessed with figuring out what that something was.
The answer he finally landed on would become a cornerstone of modern psychology. He called it the self-image. He realized that every single one of us has this secret inner blueprint, and it's quietly running our entire lives in the background.
So what is this self-image? It's your own personal idea of the sort of person I am. It's built, usually without you even knowing it, from all your past experiences, every success, every failure, every embarrassing moment, every time you triumphed. Now, here's the kicker. It isn't necessarily true, but it's the truth you've accepted about yourself.
The best way to think about it is like a thermostat. Your self-image has a set point. So if you see yourself as a C student, you'll find a way to get C's even if you're smart enough to get A's. If you see yourself as someone who only makes, say, 50 grand a year, you'll unconsciously find ways to avoid or mess up opportunities that could push you past that. It just keeps you consistent with who you think you are.
And this leads to what Maltz called the snapback effect. I mean, have you ever started a new diet or a workout plan? You do great for a week, and then poof, you're right back where you started. That's not because you have no willpower. It's your self-image, acting like a giant, powerful rubber band, yanking you back to what it considers normal.
Okay, so if the self-image is the blueprint, what's the machine that's actually building the house? This is where it gets really cool. Maltz said we all have a built-in guidance system, a kind of automatic success machine already installed in our brains.
Maltz borrowed a term from engineering, the servo mechanism. Think of a heat-seeking torpedo. It locks onto a target and uses constant feedback, am I off course, a little to the left, okay, back on course, to constantly correct its path until it hits the target. You use this system every single day. Just picking up your coffee mug. You don't consciously think about the distance or the angle. Your brain just sees the target, the mug, and your servo mechanism automatically guides your hand right to it.
Now, this is maybe the most important part of the whole book. This mechanism is completely impersonal. It does not care if the target you give it is good or bad. If your self-image gives it a target that says, I am a failure, it will work just as hard and just as brilliantly to find ways for you to fail. It becomes a failure mechanism. It's the exact same powerful machine. The only difference is the target it's been aimed at.
So, how do we give this incredible mechanism the right goals? How do we turn the key in the ignition and point this thing toward success? The answer is almost laughably simple: imagination. This right here is the scientific principle that makes the whole thing work. Your brain and your nervous system literally cannot tell the difference between an experience you vividly imagine and one that's actually happening. So when you vividly imagine hitting that home run, your brain produces the same feelings and chemistry as if you actually did it. This is no secret. It's why elite athletes have been using visualization for decades.
Maltz gave us a practical tool for this. He called it practicing in the theater of your mind. It's simple. You just sit quietly for a few minutes every day, and you vividly, with as much detail as possible, imagine yourself performing the way you want to. Nailing that presentation, staying calm in a tough conversation. You are creating new memories of success. You're literally feeding new, better data to your servo mechanism and reprogramming your self-image. All right, let's pull all these threads together. What does this actually mean for you right now? It means you already have all the machinery you need to achieve what you want. You just need to learn how to operate it.
Maltz boils it down to 5 basic principles. First, you have to aim. Give your machine a clear, positive target. Second, you have to trust it. Let it do its job without you constantly worrying and getting in the way. Third, relax. Don't be scared to make mistakes. That's just feedback for your guidance system to learn from. Fourth, learn. Absorb the lessons from mistakes, but always remember the feeling of success. And fifth, and this is probably the most important one, do. You gotta act. The machine doesn't kick on until you start moving toward the goal.
And this is really the ultimate takeaway. Maltz's big, radical idea was that success isn't something you have to chase or force. It's your natural state. Your brain, your nervous system, the whole setup is a success-seeking machine. The only thing that ever gets in the way are the bad targets and the limiting beliefs that we feed it. So that leaves us with one last thought to chew on. Your life is being run by an incredibly powerful internal program. We know it works. We know it's always running. The only question that really matters is, who's writing the code?